Hello there, everybody, and welcome to another Lone Crown show. And today I have with me a returnee who hasn't been on this show like last year. I think it was the last time. So it's been a while, but at least he's returning, and that's the great John Rambo.
Mark, thank you for having me, sir. It's been too long.
Yes, it has.
I had some difficulties. I was lost in the wilderness for a couple months. I was in prison
We blame OJ for
unjustly.
that, right?
Yes, but I've broken free and I'm here to do this with you, sir.
Yes.
Early in the morning, just got up like 10 minutes ago.
Yes, and
It's a great way to start my day, I think.
yeah, I think so too. I mean, I've been up for like, I don't know, an hour.
Yeah.
And it's not like we have 6 hour time difference, so from
It's actually like 9 p.m. for you and you just got up an hour ago.
yeah. So how have you been? How have you been doing with all this Schnarzman hole punch stuff and all other things?
It's been going good, man. I've been really busy, really hectic and stuff, but I think in a weird way, I kind of prefer it to be, you know?
Yeah. You
I had
seem
nothing
like
to do and had nothing going on. It would be far worse.
Yeah. Some persons like to be engaged all the time, working all the time, because that's how they feel the best.
Yeah, I
Okay.
mean, it's I kind of as you get older, you kind of realize like how quickly time goes
Yeah.
and how your time will eventually end.
Yeah.
So I feel like I always got to try to get things done while I
Yeah.
got the chance,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, for me, I have always been the person that postpones everything. Like, well, I will make it someday. And that's
Yeah, I used to be that. I used to be like that, you know. When you're younger, you're like, oh, I got all this time to do whatever I want.
yeah,
But it quickly goes, and then you're
yeah.
faced with that reality, you know?
Yeah,
And you're kind of like, what have I done?
Yeah, it's like I turned 24. I was like, holy crap, I'm already
Yeah, man.
24. I felt like I was 18, 19, only like
Right.
a year ago or something. Like it feels like time flies by.
Right.
So
I think no matter what you're doing, and if you're just like sitting around and watching movies or something, that's what I did for like years.
yeah,
I would just sit there and just take things in. Even if you're doing that, I think there's things you could be taking from it,
yeah.
and that will benefit you later and things like that. So
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
I'm pretty sure that all of these different experiences. So like I watch so much stuff from like TV to movies to anime to all that kind of things, and as a creative person, that's of course that's gonna impact me a lot, and
Right. Yeah. Try to soak it in. Try to see like what are they doing here? What's the story? How are they making this?
yeah,
And that's cool because I think people might look at you and be like, oh, you're just sitting around watching shows.
yeah,
But maybe you're not. Maybe it's like a studying thing in some way, right?
yeah,
don't
yeah.
know.
Like especially when you work like as a creative person, there's so many mediums to use, and
Right.
yeah. So I just take in everything, and you can use it to all different kinds of stuff. So
Absolutely. That goes for games and everything else. I think a lot of times people don't understand what someone's doing with their time, right?
yeah,
It doesn't look like they're being productive, but maybe in some way they are.
yeah.
don't
Well,
know.
I could be more productive. I feel that's something that I'm always working on, trying to get myself to do more stuff. Especially lately, I've been feeling that with my YouTube and stuff like that, I want to like start some kind of project or some kind of series that I like work a lot on and take a lot of time on. But
Yeah. You'll get there, Mark. You got to move over here.
yeah.
You do some stuff with me.
Yeah, I mean, I would want to like go to like North America. I'm actually maybe going to working in Canada for a year.
Oh, awesome.
So I'm aiming for Toronto.
Yeah, that'd be cool, man.
So that would I don't know how, like
It's a good distance for me, but
yeah
I've always wanted to go. So I would, if you were there, I would come.
yeah
I gotta see the couple people there
yeah
that I've been telling I will be coming. I never do.
yeah yeah.
So,
Toronto seems like a good city and that
it
sort of
seems
stuff.
like a nice place.
Yeah, so
Very
that's why
diverse.
yeah
A lot of different things happening there.
it would be easier. The company that helps people like do this, they actually have a an office and stuff in Vancouver, so it would be easier to just go to Vancouver and because you guaranteed a job.
Right.
So, but I mean, I don't know. I set my sights on Toronto, and so I want to go to Toronto. I don't know why, but it seems like a great city and all that. So
They got the Raptors. You know about that?
yeah,
You know
Toronto
about the
Maple
Toronto Raptors?
Leafs.
Yeah,
As
there
well.
you go. The Raptors, such a strange name for the team.
Yeah,
Never really understood
yeah.
why they did
Raptors
that.
playing basketball.
And their logo was actually, for a long time, was actually just like a raptor with a jersey on.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Then they changed it to like a kind of like a footprint, which is better. But
Yeah,
I don't know. It just kind of shows. I think because the team started in like the early '90s, where Jurassic Park was like the biggest thing.
yeah,
So it kind of shows you got to try to stay away from the what's trendy at the time, maybe not be so in 10 or 20 years.
yeah, yeah. But it's not that bad. I mean, Raptors isn't that bad. I feel.
Yeah,
Like.
it's funny. It's fun.
Yeah, it's. I mean, Utah Jazz. I don't feel like.
Well, that's they were the New Orleans Jazz,
Yeah,
which makes sense because that's where
yeah,
Jazz like came from and everything. And then
yeah,
they moved to Utah, and they just kept the Jazz.
yeah,
And the same with the Lakers, because there's no lakes
yeah,
in LA, right?
yeah,
But they came from Minneapolis. So yeah, it's kind of strange.
yeah. That's weird. Keeping
Yeah.
those types of names.
Yeah, well, I guess they didn't want to change them. I don't really know. They didn't feel like it.
Yeah. Yeah. So, uh, talk a little bit more about your experience with Snowsman Hole Punch last, like because you must have. Did you only sit by like how much editing did you do? Because I know how fucking long it takes to edit that sort of stuff. So,
I never kept a tally of like ultimate hours because I think I would just probably
Yeah,
vomit if I knew it. But
yeah.
like probably, I mean, toward God, the month of July, I was doing probably on the weekends I was doing like 10 to 12 hours a day,
Oh.
like Saturday and Sunday, and then the weekdays was like 5 to 6 hours a day. And that doesn't even count all the stuff before that.
Yeah.
That was just July. So just a ridiculous amount of time.
Yeah.
It was, yeah, I mean, just pushing yourself physically and mentally. Probably the places you shouldn't be going.
Yeah.
But I mean, it had to be done, and
Yeah, and
I felt like regardless of anything, whatever happens, if like 5 people look at it, if no one looks at it, whatever, it's a learning experience.
yeah,
So we had Mr. Ed Trotta on the show last week, and he mentioned that it was kind of like he saw the improvement. He's like, it's almost like you went to USC for 4 years.
yeah.
So
I mean,
I think no matter what you're doing,
yeah.
as long as you're getting something out of it, like we talked about earlier today,
yeah,
as long as you're taking something from it, it's worth doing. You could apply that to future things,
yeah,
and
yeah.
I was
You have
pretty happy with
become
how it turned
so
out.
much better. I must admit that if you're comparing from, especially the first episode to the last one,
Oh, yeah.
it's like it's it's
Yeah.
crazy how far you have come, and that's what's so fantastic about stuff like web series and stuff, because I always mention a Platoon of Power Squadron, which is also another web series on the
Okay.
internet, and they have a higher budget than you have, but I mean,
Yeah.
also you can see from like the first episode, which is like he was already well versed in doing stuff like that, but like it's still amazing how far they have come from the first one to the
Yeah.
last one, and the growth and that sort of stuff is just so
Yeah, you get to
cool
kind of
to,
see you get to see it before your eyes, right?
yeah,
You kind of look along on the ride, but even a lot of like major shows, or if you go back to the first episodes, like The Simpsons,
yeah,
Family Guy, stuff like that. Like you go to the original episodes, you're like, what the hell looks terrible.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But yeah, there's just always that growth thing. But it's funny that you mentioned the first episodes because I'm working on the DVD right now,
yeah,
and going back to the first episode,
yeah,
I'm like, I'm gonna recut this. And I'm gonna try to really improve this, but there's like no footage.
yeah.
We did like one take for pretty much
Yeah,
everything.
yeah, that's the thing. Like you, like do in the beginning, you're like, oh, that felt good. We go
Yeah,
with
you don't
that.
know any. You just don't know. You're like,
Yeah,
okay, well, you read the lines. I guess it's fine.
yeah,
You said the words that we wrote, and there you go.
yeah,
What else is there to do?
yeah. It's the same thing with photography. Like
Oh yeah.
you always, yeah, you need to do more, like several pictures, because like especially today with everything is digital, so much
Uh huh.
fucking easier. So you just take,
Just keep tapping it,
yeah, exactly,
tapping that button.
yeah. So then you just pick out the best one from there,
Right.
because
So yeah, I am going through. Yeah, I'm going through that first episode and trying to do what I can. Um, but yeah, it's like you just watch. You're like, this is terrible.
yeah, that uh,
But
both good and bad. Like it would be like interesting if you guys could like get this on some award, nominated for something or something like that. But maybe you have to
yeah,
be.
I don't know. I don't know. Let me know what you think to do.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know what to
I
do.
will scout around the internet to see every possible award there is, and see if I can uh, not
It's
find
always been
something
really hard
interesting.
to like do any extra things because I always spend so much time making this stuff,
Yeah,
and then there's no like I don't know when to I had to find time to like do all the other things like the advertise marketing and putting it on things, and I don't know how people do all so much.
yeah. I like if you were. This is a show that would work fantastic on Geek and Sundry, but I could if that would be a place that would cool to approach. I don't know how they would do. Would be
You're gonna have
like.
to be my agent, Mark. I'll give you you get 15% and
I
do whatever you
would.
want. Talk to whoever you want to talk to.
Yeah, I would try and
Some things
see
happen.
how you can contact them in any way possible because like they have been all about that, and a superhero show like that would be amazing to be on there. But the only thing they would be like how would they feel about the first couple of episodes?
Yeah, but I don't know. Well, like I said, I'm trying to make them better,
Yeah, yeah,
but there's so much you could do. But if you get people to stick around through, luckily they're only like 10 minutes long,
yeah,
so it's not as bad, I guess, as it could be. But I don't know. I'm not sure.
yeah.
I think that's part of the one of the
Charm.
things that hurts the whole thing because
Yeah, charm
you go, yeah,
kind
I
of
made the
hurts.
series. This is where you can watch the series, and then people will go to like the first episode, and they're like, "Oh, this looks terrible," and
Yeah, yeah,
they just don't watch anymore. Um, so I don't know. Yeah, I guess we kind of pay for not knowing what we were doing with that one.
yeah.
But
It's
if you
that.
stick with it,
Yeah.
you get something good in the end.
That's
It gets
why
better
I.
as you
Yeah.
go, right?
Yeah,
You don't want to
that's
peak at the beginning.
yeah, that's why I think most people like have like that like you do a lot of stuff before. Maybe you don't fully go into a series. You just
Right.
try and do like certain sketches or like
Kind of build up to it.
short films and that sort of things, so that you when you finally do your series, you're
Yeah.
like good enough to like have it all like the first episode.
Perfected your stuff.
Yeah.
Well, I guess the good news is if I do something from now, it'll be better,
Yeah.
right? Um, but yeah, that was the learning experience that whole thing. So
Yeah.
um,
I wish I could also do uh, a lot of stuff that you do, like series or like filming stuff, because all I can do right now, I know like one or two who would help me,
yeah,
but I don't think that would be enough for the like most of the stuff that I come up with. So Also, that feels really weird to do it in English when you
Ah,
are in Sweden. I don't know. I just feel like
you'd have to get Swedish people to join you and bring out this is all in English, guys. That
yeah.
kind of thing.
Well, that isn't really hard, but like if we do it in English, it's going to sound like we're
Huh? Maybe there's an angle you could go with there. You know, maybe it's like that's like the gimmick
yeah, maybe
that you're. Yeah, you know, like you. I don't know.
yeah,
There might be an idea in there somewhere.
yeah. I will approach my friend at least and ask him if like we can come up with something to do because
Could do a series where the Swedish have taken over America, and you're now in charge, and or something. I don't know. I'm not sure.
yeah,
Something like that.
yeah, but I need a friend's help because Anthony is working on a project called Not Real News, which
Okay.
is going to be full of just fake news
Oh,
and
that's great.
just that sort of stuff. So I'm gonna be some sort of reporter, and
Okay,
and
that sounds cool.
yeah. So I've not come up with exactly what I will do, but I'm pretty sure I'm gonna come up with some sort of character I will do, and then I just need a friend to help me out and come up with ideas and stuff. So that's exciting at least.
You just gotta whatever you got. You gotta do the best you can with what you have.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
that's the key.
yeah. That's I made fun of Anthony in a Bioware style video, and I also come up with I want to make fun of Ubisoft always has you like climb some sort of tower or something like that,
Right.
and Hazard and I came up with a brilliant idea. Problem is I would need like a boatload of people to record it, unfortunately.
To
So
build the tower, you need people to construct the tower
yeah,
to push you off the top.
no, it was more like who came up with the idea of a radio tower in Far Cry 3.
Okay.
So and like because they have like in Assassin's Creed you have like the highest building and then you
Yeah.
open up the whole area. So in Far Cry 3 they have the radio tower. So we would have like the idea was a boardroom of people and then suddenly someone came in. I have the perfect idea. Radio tower, and then everyone's just standing up applauding.
Right. I think as far as finding people, sometimes you just gotta kind of kidnap them. What I
Yeah.
mean by that is they may not really want to or have ambition or motivation to do like films and stuff.
Yeah,
If you kind of pull them into it and you kind of get them going with it, they might like it and they might want to do more.
yeah,
But at first they might be hesitant to join in. Like you think OJ ever wanted to do any of this? But you kind of pull them in, you kind of make them do stuff, and then you kind of this is fun,
Yeah.
This is, you know.
but then again, I mean, I feel like Americans are so much comfortable with like being on video. That's something compared to like most of the Swedish people. So many of them are not comfortable at all being on video, and there are very few of them that's like
Yeah, we
being
got to
on-
get them. Just force them into it. You just got to kidnap them. Well, the thing with the U.S., like I think everyone's told like they're the best
yeah,
their entire life, which is also a problem. I think a lot of the times
yeah,
probably causes more problems than anything. But
yeah,
everyone's you're the best and you're special and you're great,
yeah,
and everyone believes this. And I could go on camera and do all these things, and
yeah,
and that's kind of the mentality I think.
yeah.
But,
That's why I think
It also causes a lot of problems though in society every day.
yeah,
People have like not very humble about themselves or but it's a whole nother story, I guess.
yeah. Well, it ends up working great for America when it comes to sports, at least.
Yeah, there you go.
Uh,
Yep.
Always the best.
Always the best.
What else has happened? Anything else happened recently? Fun stuff.
Yeah, I took let's see, the thing came out like 2 weeks ago. So immediately after that, I went and did a bunch of stuff that I wanted to do. So a bunch of movies.
Yeah.
and went away for a bit. But yeah, I saw Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yeah, I also saw that one.
Really enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah.
Actually, we have the 3D. There's an IMAX 3D
Oh
version.
yeah. I went
That,
to I went to my first time seeing it in IMAX when I was in London. So
okay, yeah, I never went to the 3D IMAX.
yeah. So that
What'd you
was
think? What'd you think of it?
yeah, yeah. I thought this was like it feels felt like so much more depth on the screen. It was not like
Is it better? Like, because I feel like the 3D kind of takes me out of the movie sometimes because you're so focused on like the 3D-ness
well,
story
I
sometimes.
like not with like Guardians of the Galaxies. I didn't feel like it like I just felt like it made the whole like screen give depth and more immersion.
Okay, yeah,
Um,
something like that with the big fights and everything.
yeah,
I guess it works out well. That's why I would like to go check it out
yeah,
on the IMAX.
yeah,
So I gotta see when it's available to go. But in general, like the 3D, because I like to focus on like like the story and like see the people's faces and the
yeah,
expressions and everything.
yeah.
Sometimes you kind of I don't know. You're focused
I
all
think free.
instead you're like, oh, this is sticking out at me instead.
Well,
Instead of like, oh, look
3D
what's
and
going on.
IMAX works so much better than just
Okay.
the normal cinema 3D
Yeah.
because it's a whole different experience in my opinion. You don't even notice the 3D. I feel like when you did it in IMAX.
Huh.
That was my opinion. I felt like that there is where 3D works so much better.
Yeah. I don't know if this is how it's going on in where you are, but they have the 3D, they have the normal movie, then they have the 3D version.
Yeah.
And it seems like people don't really go to the 3D version anymore. It's starting to
Yeah,
die
yeah,
out.
yeah.
So what the theater is doing is they have like one showing of the normal one, and then everything else is 3D to kind of force you to go.
Well, the problem is like I think the 3D IMAX. I think it's full 3D, and
Right.
and instead like because I noticed that when you like turn your head, you noticed how the
Huh.
pictures like change a little bit for you, and
Yeah.
that means it probably is full 3D, which is the version that you should. That's the version you usually use for TV and stuff, and
Right.
that's the better experience because no like regular 3D where you have those cheap ass 3D glasses and stuff like
Yeah.
that. Those
Yeah, I mean, like,
that
how good
not
could those glasses be? Because as soon as you get out of the theater, you just throw them in a box.
yeah
So, like, how good? They have no value basically at
yeah
all, so they can't be very good, right?
yeah
Yeah, that's a good point.
so yeah not another movie you watched.
Yeah, so Guardians of the Galaxy was awesome,
Yeah.
and then I went to Sin City on Friday, which was the opening night,
Okay.
and I was a big fan of the first movie,
Okay.
and I liked this one as well, but there was like no one there. It was literally like
Yeah.
me and my friend and then some random guy that came in, and I think it came in like sixth place for an opening weekend.
Oh.
And I went Friday night at 8 p.m., which would be like the prime spot, right?
Yeah.
And so we got there like an hour early, and I'm like, oh, better make sure we get a seat and everything. No one there. Completely bombed.
I wonder really why. I mean,
The first one came out 9 years ago.
yeah.
I think that, but I don't really know. I honestly don't know.
I mean,
Uh,
the cast is like it has a pretty
Yeah.
great cast. So I mean,
Yep.
it feels like it should be a movie that people go and watch.
It's probably a couple. It's just like the perfect storm of bad timing. Like, because
Yeah.
you just had all these movies that came out all summer,
Yeah.
and now people are starting to go back to school and everything. And then, here's Sin City,
Yeah.
another $15 or whatever it is to go. That might be part of it. I don't know, man. I thought it was good. I don't know if probably wasn't as good as the first one,
Okay.
but I did see the 3D version because like I said, you have to go. They kind of force
Yeah.
you, and it was actually really cool with that movie,
Okay.
with the black and white, and then like certain things were 3D, and I thought it was really really fun.
Yeah.
Well, there won't be another one. That's
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
end.
I didn't watch the first Sin City movie, so I
Yeah, you should check it out. I would say it's a pretty big influence on me because there's a lot of monologues,
okay.
which is what I, I like to do. But it's a lot of like someone just talking and and then you see some stuff over it.
Yeah.
Uh, it's fun. It's a fun movie, man. I think I've seen all kinds of different weird opinions.
Okay.
Some people say it's like sexist and stuff, and
Okay.
misogynist. And then I see the other side. I see people saying that complaining because Jessica Alba's a stripper,
Yeah.
but she never strips. She just dances.
Yeah.
So some people complaining that she never strips. So it's like both sides of the coin, I don't know, man.
I thought that was more of how the world of Sin City was, but that's maybe
Yeah,
not.
yeah, and then everyone's kind of like a terrible person and
Yeah.
evil in some way. And then I saw some reviews saying that that's really disgusting. That's like that. A lot of Game of Thrones and
Yeah. Yeah.
Boardwalk Empire, shit like that. Like that's kind of similar.
Yeah.
There's no like holy character,
Yeah.
So
Maybe it's just because that's HBO. HBO is
That's
allowed
alright.
to do it.
yeah, you know what? They do like nudity and like language and all that stuff,
Yeah.
and it's always like, oh, this is very artistic.
Yeah.
But if it's like anywhere else, then it's like, oh, this is vulgar. This
Yeah.
is disgusting. I don't know. They've somehow pulled this off.
Yeah. That's so hilarious that there's a lot of shows there that
Every show, like
True Blood.
some kind of
Holy
nudity.
crap! That's fucking blood
Yeah,
everywhere.
that one I didn't even get into, man. That one I didn't even get into that one.
No, it's not.
Sure, any show you watch, there's gonna be some kind of naked. There's gonna be some kind of tits in there, or an ass, or
Yeah.
some sort. And in every episode, if anything,
Yeah.
I think they did like what was it, Spartacus or something. There was like nudity in that.
Yeah.
Like, okay,
Yeah. They barely had any clothes on in Spartacus.
yeah, wow, it's not what I was taught in history class. So there you go. Yeah, and I don't know. I didn't see Godzilla. I missed a couple of the movies, so I'll just catch them as they come out.
Yeah, I watched Godzilla recently on TV. Or
It's on TV now.
No, I just downloaded the DVD version
Okay.
because I didn't know if it was a good movie or not. I wanted to see it first, and yeah,
Right.
it was decent. I don't know.
What do you think was the best movie of the summer? The Guardians, I think, did the best money-wise over here. I don't know internationally or anything, but
What did the best? Did you say?
Guardians of the Galaxy was the top grossing movie.
I trying to remember what. I watched a lot of movies this summer, but I don't know. Maybe Guardians of the Galaxy was the best.
It's definitely up there.
Yeah,
Do you count Captain America as
No, Captain
Summer?
America. If it was before the summer,
For
otherwise
the-
that would be my winner without a doubt. Because
Spider-Man 2 just came out on Blu-ray and DVD, and I didn't bother
yes,
getting it.
I thought it was a bad movie.
Yeah, it's I don't know.
Don't
It's
know
not
what
terrible.
they were doing
It's
with
just
it.
it's not great or really. It's just there,
Yeah,
Kind of. I feel like both of those were like that.
Yeah.
Like they haven't really nailed it with Spider-Man yet.
yeah.
That's just Spider-Man and Superman are the two that they just haven't really nailed it.
Yeah, I watched the one from 2004, Superman Returns. It's a
Okay.
it's a bad movie, but it's still really enjoyable. But that movie shows how much problem it is with having a Superman movie, because it's like almost impossible to find a threat to Superman.
He's so strong.
Yeah.
I think.
And like for me, I was like, I need in that movie, I didn't really care. Like just watching it again, I didn't care about Lex Luthor and that sort of stuff. I was just having fun with watching him in the everyday life situation, and that was like just like that's good enough for me. And
the everyday life situation, he's having a kid and he doesn't know.
yeah,
That kind of stuff.
yeah,
I think the Man of Steel movie that actually looks like that looks really great, right? That's how it should look, the Superman movie. But I think there's some stuff in the actual storyline that doesn't really make sense or
yeah, like
just kind of logic holes and stuff, right?
his
But
dad,
it looks perfect.
his dad isn't supposed to be Uncle Ben. Like that was one of the things. That,
Kevin
like,
Costner, his
yeah,
Uncle Ben.
yeah, he was like that character was just like, you have to hide your secret, don't
Yeah.
share it with anyone. That's like the worst. Like,
Yeah, that was weird.
yeah,
And it was so over the top too, because not only does
yeah,
he do that, but then the whole thing with the tornado or
yeah.
whatever, that
He
was
could
just
just
so
have saved
over
him
the
and be
top.
like, no, no, don't save me.
Don't save me! I gotta get this dog. And
Yeah,
I don't know I mean the way it was put together, because you actually like the first
yeah,
quarter of that movie, you feel really bad. Like you're like, oh my god, you're like, oh my god, you're almost like in tears. Like this is
yeah,
really emotional.
yeah,
All this stuff this guy's been through, but then it goes to a point where it's just ridiculous.
yeah,
Like that's where it was. That was the tipping point for me. I'm like, all right, I'm lost now.
yeah,
Like I will not save my father in this tornado.
yeah.
And how much bad stuff happens to this guy, you know?
Yeah, yeah, and also,
No matter where he is in his life, something terrible happens to him.
yeah,
Just over and over again.
yeah, and also,
Let's chill out a little bit.
also the fact that they bring on Amy Adams to the space ship.
Oh yeah,
With
yeah.
I had seriously problem with that. Be like,
Like,
are
we
you
want
kidding?
her. Like why? I
Like,
want to bring her on.
yeah,
Okay.
yeah. The people said like, oh, that's because they thought she knew something about him. Who fuck cares?
Why do they
did
care?
Yeah,
Let's leave her in this room,
yeah,
unguarded, where she has access to this console
yeah.
in the jail cell that controls the entire ship.
Yeah,
All right, whatever.
yeah,
Yeah, there's certain things that were just forced.
yeah,
Like we got to get him off the ship somehow. Have her do it.
yeah. And then they decide to make the second Superman movie a Superman versus Batman. I like
Yeah, we'll see.
Superman can't catch a break, can he? Like,
We'll see how it goes. Yeah, he never got his own. He never got his own sequel, right?
yeah. I felt like they should have done a sequel movie, like because they were. I felt like Man of Steel was on the right track,
Yeah.
but I mean now they can't really because now suddenly Batman comes in and steals all the
Yeah,
glory.
DC's their entire universe they're trying to do seems real forced, right?
Yeah,
Because they already announced like 9 movies, I think, and you're like, what? Huh? You had like one that was all right
yeah,
with Man of Steel, it was okay, and now
yeah. Well, DC fucks up too many.
are people really
The
gonna
Green
go to
Lantern
like,
one was so fucking bad.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
That.
They're like I feel like they just go overly serious with the stuff.
Yeah,
I think it worked for like the Dark Knight series. That was really good.
yeah.
Worked for that, but the other stuff, and then
A
you see
Superman
the-
it can work, but
yeah, they just went over too far.
yeah,
It's enough that he's the last of his kind. His planet exploded.
yeah,
His boss went into the water. Okay.
yeah,
He has the thing with when he was a kid and he hears like he has like the voices and all that. That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's
Yeah.
great. But then you just keep going like, oh yeah, he works in like an oil tanker and explodes and he's got to save the people. And then his father was thrown. It's like all these so much, so much.
yeah.
So, well, Marcus, I got to go, sir.
Yes. It was
Head
Good
out
time.
into the wild.
yes, the
and,
Wild West.
See what the world has for me today.
Yeah. Still, is everything good at your job? Just quickly.
Yeah, it's good. It's not really what I want to be doing, like with myself, but it's pretty simple stuff, and people are nice and get paid. So
Yeah.
do what you got to do, right?
Yeah.
Could be far worse, man.
Yeah. So for people who doesn't know, I don't know who, but don't know
A
who
lot of
John-
people don't.
yeah, and Rambo is. He is the great leader of the Ramborsha, and you can find him on John Rambo Presents on YouTube and Super John Rambo on Twitter. So follow and watch, especially Snossman Hole Punch. You should watch everything if you haven't, because it's awesome. And yeah, I am Story of Crown on Twitter, and my channel will continue just have this until I can come up with a series I can do, and I will probably do an update vlog if I come up with something. So yeah, thank you all for watching, and I will see you guys another time.
Thank
Bye.
you.